can I just give you my own personal example of kind of the Orwellian? I was waiting for a bus and I saw a guy smoking opposite a tramp drinking a can of beer. This guy puts out a cigarette on the floor. 2 environmental wardens walk over to him as he's going into work. They start kind of laying into him. I want to find him 50 quid for putting a cigarette out on the floor outside his place of work. He's being really passive and kind of, oh, can I go now? I walk over and I say, listen, mate, these are civilians. You don't have to tell them anything. You don't have to do anything. And he said to me, well, can I go in? I went, if you want, but you don't need to tell them. They are not police. So he went in. These 2 guys turned on me. And they said, why are you getting involved? Why are you getting involved? And I said, because he shouldn't have to pay 50 quid for putting a cigarette out. There's a tramp there with a can of beer. You're not hassling him. And so I caught my bus, went off. I waited for about another half an hour. The bus came. As the bus went past, there was 4 of them outside waiting to get this guy because he put a cigarette out and they wanted to get 50 quid. 4 of them. And that was so disgusting. I was so...
Well, see, there's another whole area here. One of the things that are becoming clear is that there is a massive mind control program going on among the people in uniform and the dark suits in government and local government. One of the organisations involved is called Common Purpose. Common Purpose, the front lady for it, worked with the Deputy Prime Minister, or when he was Deputy Prime Minister, John Prescott. Common Purpose is another term for common perception. And they're having these training programs all over the country, which taxpayers' money is paying for. And there are other groups like them as well, diversity training and all this stuff, all this political correct bollocks,
yeah,
which is nothing to do with protecting people, it's about controlling people. They are putting people through training programs which are classic mind control, classic group pressure manipulation of perception and behaviour. And they're then going back, they call them graduates, common purpose graduates. They're then going back to be policemen, to run the police. That guy, that lady rather, Caressa Dick, who was the person that was involved in...
That's an unfortunate name,
It is really, yeah. But could be appropriate, maybe someone was psychic. She was the one involved who gave the say-so for the killing of the Brazilian electrician who was shot while being held down 7 times in the head, yeah, in the tube. I mean, how many bullets does it take to kill someone? Yeah. I mean, these people are ill. She's a common purpose graduate, and they're taking over councils, they're taking over child support agencies, they're taking over social services. This is one of the things, again, it's all connecting in. They're taking over government departments, and all these different organisations start to work as one unit. They become a secret society. And a guy called Brian Gerrish, former naval officer, who has concentrated on research of common purpose, he has endless examples of wives and family and husbands of these people who've gone into a common purpose training program and they've come out with their personality changed. Mm. What they're doing, Kirk, is they are creating the useful idiots, the programmed robots, to run the system unquestioningly. And that's why you get these people who, more and more, they'll do the most outrageous, ridiculous things, but to them it's perfectly okay, and how can there be a problem? Like 4 people when someone puts a cigarette out, right? These people are not conscious, they're robots. And the whole system's now being run by robots. And this is why you can't get any sense out of them. You know, try talking sense and empathy and rational thought and seeing things on its merits rather than by the letter of the law to a robot. You can't compute it. Yeah.
I'm just doing my job.
More than my job's worth.
Yeah.
And so this is what we're dealing with. But even putting all those together, compared with the general population that are being manipulated and controlled, they're still a fraction. But we've got to make a decision. whether we are going to passively, ignorantly, stupidly watch our own prison being built around us, or whether we're going to start dismantling that level of the prison that's already there. Because this is not a case of the Orwellian state is coming. Not a case of Big Brother is coming. Big Brother's here. The Orwellian state is here. The question is, how far are we going to allow ourselves to go into it? That's the only question left. And how we answer it will decide our future and the rest of our lives, and it will certainly decide the future for the children, grandchildren and young people alive today.
Dave, thank you so much for your time today. It's been enlightening and engrossing, and it's really good to be able to get this information together and condensed like this. And can you just tell us a bit about your upcoming talk, please? Are there still tickets available?
Well, there probably will be, because they're still a way away.
Okay.
But I'm going to go to America in, well, first of all, let's do it in chronological order. I'm going to do Amsterdam on the 19th of September. All these talks, by the way, are talking all day. I talk for 8 hours in 3 sections. And they're that long because I'm connecting dots across a great swathe of subjects and then showing how they fit together. I'm going to America then, and I'm going to talk in a place called Bellingham in Washington State, which is kind of midway between Vancouver, across the border in Canada, and Seattle. I wanted to talk in Seattle, but the authorities or the people with any venue would not have me. Too controversial. Yes, truth is controversial. That's on the 4th of October. Then I'm going to talk in, no, it's a new one, Santa Fe. That's on the, what is it, the 11th of October. Then on the 17th, I'm talking in Phoenix. Got my thing here. Then I'm coming to Europe for the 24th of October, and I'm talking in Gothenburg, Sweden.
Okay.
Then I'm going to Athens on the 7th of November, and then Zurich on the 14th of November.
So people are waking up.
Yeah, well, that is actually, isn't it? Because I've not said I want to talk here, I want to talk there. These are all invitations, and I could just leave this. I could leave this country and just not start moving. And then I'm going to have a major event in London in May. Details are on my website.
Is that the Brixton
The
Academy?
Brixton Academy, and the tickets are available already.
Great.
We want to see what happens there, because if it fills up quick, then I'll do another sort of thing, later in the year.
Okay.
But we'll have to see how that goes.
I'm going to get some tickets for that.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do there is it will be really seriously updated from the last time I spoke in England, because I'm learning new things, and I'm going deeper and deeper in the rabbit hole all the time. Because we talked about some extraordinary things here today from the perspective of people who wouldn't have come across this before.
Yeah.
Scratch the surface, mate.
Yeah.
Because there are so many levels to this, but we can make a start by meeting it at the level that we're interacting with in our daily lives, and we can sort this, but only if we come together, not if we allow ourselves to be divided and ruled.